you at the break. He's got a beautiful dog and 2 cute cockatiels who I happen to adore. He will be giving his project number 4 speech from Confident Communicator, how to say it. His speech is 7 to 9 minutes, Madam Timer?
7 to 9 minutes?
Yes, 7 to 9 minutes for Richard's speech.
Titled?
The title of Richard's speech is A Proud Pioneer.
A proud what?
Pioneer.
Confident Communicator.
Richard is doing a reenactment of George Harris's speech delivered in 1913 at the opening of Bolton Hall Clubhouse in Tahunga on April 13th, 2013. So he's reenacting the speech that was given way back in 1913 of an opening of Bolton Hall. It's actually a really nice place to do arts, crafts, and sort of a museum in a sense up there in the Tahunga foothills area. It's great. It's right there next to a park. I used to live in the area, so I know where it is. Richard feels Lelas found George Harris's laughter, but fair warning, he also had an explorative temper, so he had a temper to go with the humor. Richard's speech is entitled, A Proud Pioneer. Please help me welcome my mentor in Toastmasters, our guest speaker for tonight, a proud pioneer, Richard Stewart.
Happy birthday, Alethea. Thank you, fellow Toastmasters. And if you will, please imagine in April 13th, about a month, I'll be giving this at Bolton on the lawns of this beautiful stone house. And you're in the audience as George Harris is introduced. Afternoon. My name is George Washington Harris, and you can call me George Washington Harris. Some folks say Bolton Hall is beautiful. Other people say it's uglier than a mud fence. I do not know. But what I do know is that this clubhouse was built with some of the most beautiful granite boulders, stone, field stones and rocks in the foothills of the San Fernando Valley, all mortared together with a mixture of sweat and love. And that's a fact. Now, since it's rumored I had something to do with building this place, I reckon I ought to say a few words about myself. I was born in Ohio, 1867. Raised on the family farm. Hard work. Got older, the folks thought I'd stick around. I didn't. I read a lot of books. Became a writer instead. Moved to New York City. Wrote for a magazine called The Philistine by a publisher by the name of Elbert Hubbard. Now, he was of a different breed, like a few other men of that time period. Teddy Roosevelt, Mark Twain, myself. I like to call myself an apostle. An apostle of nature and common sense. Well, I figured that California was a place for a misfit like me. So I took off my fancy silk top hat, shaved off my classic Van Dyke beard, and I traveled west. Worked for the publisher out here. And then for the next 20 years, I worked in business. 20 years. And then one day, I picked up an axe, a crosscut saw, a pick and a shovel, and I went to work with my hands. Same hands that dug post holes and made the fences back on the farm. And I'll tell you a secret. I made more money with these hands than any skilled mechanic in the county. And that's a fact. Why do you suppose that is? Well, when you put your heart and your soul in your work, and everything you do, you don't have to worry about the money. It'll come. Or sometimes you might have to wait and be patient or stubborn like me, but it'll come. I'll give you a case in point. I started making lawn furniture. Handmade custom chairs, tables, and seats. Nobody'd buy it. They said my prices were too high. Well, guess what? I didn't budge a nickel. I just kept on making my handmade custom lawn furniture, and they kept on not buying it. Until after a year, I had over an acre full of handmade custom lawn furniture. Not one piece sold in over a year. Then a fellow by the name of Edward Doheny, rich oil man, decided my work was popular. Bought several pieces. Then other people decided it was popular. It all went almost overnight. I personally don't know why it took them a year to decide my work was popular. I'd have told them the first day if they'd have just asked me. Never mind. I think my point is made. Is that proof enough for you? That putting your heart and your soul in your work is the secret to success? It's the individual who succeeds. Not the company or the organization. Oh, they help. But it's the individual who works. Oh, I believe in organization. I believe every man should organize himself and pass a resolution every morning to do more and better work. Pass a resolution every morning to do more and better work. I built my first house in 1911. Clubhouse downtown. I got my supplies from the city dump. I hope the mayor's not here. That's the fact. I old concrete, broken concrete, tree trunks. I made trusses out of them. Old doors and windows. I don't build anything new, artificial. Anybody can do that. But can you bring new life to the old? That's the challenge. That's nature's way. That's my way. You can see my work in hundreds of gardens, estates, and ranches all over Southern California. I've built fountains and waterfalls and bridges, stone cottages, houses, public buildings. I know how to stack a rock. So here we are, today, 1913. New landowner Smythe asked me to build this place. He wants to attract potential land buyers up here. Wants to split this property up, form a colony. Well, look around. Be nice to have a few neighbors up here to share all this beauty, wouldn't it? $5 down, $2.50 a month, you can have a little piece of this land. In fact, that's their motto. A little land with a lot of living. Los Terrenitos, you can be a little lander with a lot of life. Well, as for this place, I hope you like it. I personally think it'll be a good place for a dance on a Saturday night, but that's between you and your business. I do want you to know, folks, that I built this clubhouse almost entirely without a plan, except for one, to have it blend in with its surroundings. You go inside, take a look at the fireplace. Have a close look at that fireplace mantle. I used a big log for that. Underneath, I carved a message with my pocket knife. I think you'll like it. I see a few pipe smokers out there. Gentlemen smoking pipes, I hope you appreciate the pipe rock I made for you to tap out your ashes before you enter the house. Keep those new wood floors clean. Now, I promised myself I wouldn't get angry today. But before I leave, I think I will spill a bit about a few malcontents who seem to have an axe to grind against me. One individual, of whose name I won't mention and be kind, wrote about me. Said I could be seen walking around town wearing shorts cut off from old trousers. Well, what's wrong with that? And what if I did read the Iliad? And what if I am an eccentric egotist? I get things done, don't I? As for me, George Washington Harris, I can build you anything you want, from a cuff button to a stone cottage. I'll build you anything you want this life, and when you're dead and gone, I'll build your tombstone. I'm probably the highest paid pick and shovel artist in the world right now. Remember, I quit business, went to work with my hands, my heart, and my soul, and in 3 years, with a pick, an axe, and a crosscut saw, I set my name around the world. I shall not be forgotten.